Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey, good morning, guys. Welcome to another episode of Morning Motivation with Big Papa. And guess what? I am not driving this morning. My car. Because it's icy in Oklahoma. People are driving all off the roads and it's slick and it's black ice. Apparently it's been pretty cold, but rain came in last night and now it's just kind of frozen over the streets. And my buddy texted me this morning and he was like, because he knew I was out of town yesterday, he said, I don't know if you're back, but I'm not coming into the gym today. And I just said, LOL, okay, bro. And I just thought, he was being lazy. But now that I see what's going on with the weather, now I know he was just avoiding the ice. Good morning, Stefan. Good morning from the lunch table. Yep, I got to start saying good morning, afternoon, and good evening for everyone around the world. I feel like that's just a polite thing to do. So I'm going to have to remember to do that. But so anyway, I'm going to skip the gym this morning and still got up at 3:30, still wrote my goals, talked to my peeps in the Matrix program. And now I'm going to talk to you guys for a minute because I had something I wanted to talk to you about. And then I'm going to go ahead and get some work done. So Deepak Chopra was one of my mentors early in my professional career. I used to listen and study his work because of the mindfulness aspect, the meditation aspect, the peaceful living. He came out with some really cool books back in the day, 25 years ago, and I'm sure he's probably still coming out with them. But 25 years ago, he was the man. And so I was a big Deepak Chopra fan, still a big Deepak Chopra fan. And it's funny, he's now coming back on the scene with some things. He's always innovating. And how much weight he's lost. Like, he's really thin now. I saw a picture of him. I follow him on Instagram. I saw a picture of him with some guy, and he looked really thin. And then I saw a commercial with him, talking about his new affirmation thing. So it's good. It's good you're still laying it down, Deepak. But one of the things he said 20 years ago that still, it impacts me and that I think about often is he said, you cannot change the future, but you create the future from the present. You cannot change the future, but you can create the future from the present. And the premise is that what you think about, what you visualize, what you feel now in the present is what shows up in the future. And I think about that all the time on so many different levels. I've been big into visualization for probably most of my entire really conscious life. As a child, I used to read the cereal boxes and visualize the new bicycle I could win, or the new skateboard, or whatever was on the back of the cereal box. I'd be eating my cereal in the morning, my Kellogg's cornflakes or my Post Toasties, and visualizing winning those prizes. And it's just something I've always done. I mean, for a long time, I visualized being a professional football player and made it all the way to college, and decided I was ready to do something different. But now I do it. I do it every morning when I write my goals. I've been visualizing this television show for a long time. I mean, I just kind of had a renewed focus on it in the last 6 or 7 months, but really I've been visualizing a television show for, I'd say, the better part of the last 10, 15 years. And I've done a couple pilots, so I've taken some action and just kept putting it out there over time. And it looks like now it's probably going to show up in a really powerful way. So I'm excited about that. But I also think about visualization from the standpoint of not just your adult life, because it's critical in your adult life, but I think about it especially in your parenting life. What are you visualizing? When you think about your children, what is the emotion that comes up the most? When you think about their future, what is the picture you see in their future the most? When you think about your grandchildren, the potential of your children having children, what is the picture you see? Because that is how you create the future. And too many times we show up with these fear-based words, and I call that the inside the matrix conditioning. These fear-based words, these fear-based visions. Even when your child, and this is the challenging part, is when your child's right in the middle of it, when they're right in the middle of the crap, and they're doing something like smoking pot, and they're selling all their stuff, and they're, running away and staying out all night and drinking, and they're drinking, and sometimes you even catch them, they're inebriated when they come home, and maybe they've been having sex, all the things that freak parents out. What do you begin to visualize for your child's future? Because in that moment, you still have a choice. And that is the hardest moment. It is the hardest moment to visualize something positive, to hope for something positive. It's the hardest moment to have faith. It is the hardest moment to have faith when everything seems so difficult and challenging. But that, I'm going to tell you, that is the time you have to be the most faithful. When things are the most difficult, that is when you have to be faithful. That is the challenge. That is the moment. That is the opportunity. Because when things are good, when things are good, you're just living. You're living in a present. You're living in a present way. You're projecting into the future. You feel good. That's easy. That's the easy time. It's when things get really tough. It's when you're really stressed, when you feel like you're at the bottom of the barrel and you feel like you can't possibly go any lower. You feel like things are really tough with your children. You feel like everything's out of control, like you're losing control. You feel like, you just don't see how tomorrow is going to be any better. And you're like, how am I ever, and you use those words, how am I ever going to get out of this place? How am I ever going to, how's anything ever going to change? And I'm tired of this situation. I'm tired of this situation. I want this to be different. I want something. And those words you end up using and that energy you end up creating is all scarcity energy. It's all fear-based energy. The moment you say, I want something, this is so powerful. The moment you say, I want something, you are pushing it away from you because you say, I want it. So it's like you're reaching out for it. So when you say, I want, and when you say, I'm tired of this, when you say, I'm tired, you're pulling it into you. You're pulling tired into you. So you're pulling it more into you. When you say, I want, you're reaching out for it. So you're pushing it further away from you. It's like you're always going to be wanting it. I'm always wanting it. Say, I have. Say, I am. Say, I am enjoying. I am creating. I am living. I am manifesting. It has already occurred. My child is successful. My home is peaceful. I am healthy. I am energized. I am focused. I am persistent. I am faithful. I am living my highest life. You could be at the bottom of the barrel, and you always have two choices in that moment. You can say, I am at the bottom of the barrel. And that can become your existence. I am at the bottom of the barrel. I am depressed. I am tired. I am stressed. I am overwhelmed. I am afraid. You can say all those things and you can just create more of the same. What's that energy do? What's that energy do for you? It just creates more of the same. Or you can say, I'm so excited about my future. I'm so excited about tomorrow. I have this. I am this. I feel good. I feel bad and I feel good. I feel bad right now and that's good. because I know there's nowhere else to go except for up. I have hope. What does that do to the vibration that you're creating in your body? You can do that. It's just a little experience. You can just do that in the moment. It's so easy for us to get mired down in the what is, and we forget about the what could be. To shift from having a scarcity perspective to an abundance perspective. We are all nothing more than vibration. We are manifested vibration. My physical being is nothing more than a manifested vibration. The reason Jesus was able to work miracles is because Jesus was love. Jesus was the highest existing vibration, love. He could move a mountain. He could heal the blind. He could heal the sick because he was love, because of his vibration. We all have the potential to be that vibration. Or we can choose fear. Karen says, when things are most difficult, be the most faithful. I needed to hear that. Yes, keep the faith. When things are the most difficult, that is when we are being asked to have the most faith, because we have a choice. We can get mired down in the difficult, or we can have the faith. We can have the faith for what is possible. We don't have to just get mired down in what sucks, in the slime, in the mud, in the grind. We can think about the sunshine. Like, I don't have to focus on the ice on the roads today. I don't have to focus on the fact that I'm not going to the gym and keeping my routine. I can focus on the fact that I can do something productive. I can get on here and I can talk to you guys, and I can be excited about when the sun comes out and I go to the gym then. I can do push-ups and do crunches and stretch right here today. I don't have nothing outside of me has to impact what's inside of me. Lala says, if I may share, of course you may. Every time you say this is too hard, you're getting weaker. Absolutely, you're inviting discouragement. Don't give life by speaking. Speak faith into your situation. Amen. Amen. Every time you say this is hard, that becomes your present state. You don't have to say this is easy. You don't have to say this is easy. If it's hard, you don't have to say this is easy. You just say, I'm getting this done. I'm getting this done. This is done. I'm getting through this. I'm making this happen. This is bringing me growth. This is challenging me. This is how you keep going, right? This is how you keep going when things are tough. And I've been through some real crap over my life and my professional life, some real challenges. Christy, yesterday, I saw her, Marley, yesterday, and she was talking to someone. Oh, we were talking to a guy on a TV guy in a video thing, and she was talking about reactive attachment disorder, how back in the day, I was right in the middle of all the controversy that happened with the little girl who had gotten killed, and there was this big contingent of critics, and they were, attacking anyone that had anything to do with reactive attachment disorder. And Christy was like, yeah, and Brian was caught up right in the middle of that. Yeah, I was. And you know what? It was a beautiful thing. It was a beautiful thing because it molded me. It's like a freaking diamond that gets created under pressure. I do not run from pressure or adversity or challenges or fear. I love it. I love it. I love, when I've told you guys before that, I love entrepreneurial things. I've been an entrepreneur since I was 7 years old. When things don't work out, when a business has been going along and all of a sudden that business just tanks and crashes, I don't get stressed out over that. I get stressed out because of the letdown that I have, and maybe it hadn't worked out for all of us like I've envisioned it to work out or visualized it to work out, and so everyone gets let down, and I don't like letting people down. But at the end of the day, I don't get stressed out over that. I get excited because I know if that thing didn't work out, the next thing is going to. There's something bigger and possible for me. And so that's where I start putting my positive intent. I don't put my positive intent on the fact that now I've got all these bills I got to pay that I didn't get paid because this business didn't work out. No, I'm going to get them paid. It's eventually going to get paid because the next thing for me is going to be bigger. So I don't get mired down. I had a partner once and he was young. He was just getting started and we were starting this business and it was going really well. And all of a sudden it crashed and oh my gosh, he was so stressed out and overwhelmed. I'm like, dude, this is good. And I think he probably thought I was a little psychotic, a little mental. I'm like, this is good, man. Like, what are you talking about? I said, I feel happy. I feel happy because this is just tearing me all the way down and just helping me. It's going to help me build up, be that much stronger. I'm so excited about this. It's like, whoa, where's this mindset come from? That mindset comes from 25 years of programming. You know, probably even longer than that. I mean, I started working out in the 6th grade, lifting weights, and then in the 1st grade, I wanted to be a professional football player, and that was my hope and dream, and that was my goal, my visualization. So everything I did from the 1st grade forward, every time I was sleeping with my football and carrying my football around all the time, and I stopped playing basketball and stopped playing baseball and just focused on football and went to the gym every day in the morning and in the afternoon when no one else was doing it. I was working out in high school, junior high and high school. I was working out with a grown man because no one else was doing it. No one else was doing it, but he'd get up and he'd come work out with me and we became great friends. He'd work out with me and it helped me and I was visualizing that. And then when I, started into adulthood and went to college and started reading and learning more, it's just visualizing. You just get to the point when you visualize so much and you put so much positive energy into who you are and what you do and what you want, the negative just can no longer touch you. It just can't. It may show up and boom, hit you in the side, hit you in the top of the head, smack you in the back of the head every now and then, pop you in the side of the head, boom, hit you in the mouth. Like Mike Tyson says, everyone's got a plan till you get hit in the mouth. Yeah, that's right. You have a plan and boom, you get hit in the mouth by life. But if you put enough positive energy and you visualize enough and you have made that enough of your intent to the point that you are like a hungry freaking beast and you're not going to let anything stop you, you get hit in the freaking mouth and then you come right back. You come right back even stronger. And that's what you have to do. And that's the power of staying focused on positive in the present. That's how you create your future. That's how you create your future. That's how you create your future for yourself. That's how you create your future for your children. If you're all focused on your children being negative and you're focused on their behaviors being negative and you're telling them how bad they are, you're telling them how horrible life is and how they're going to end up in jail and they're making these bad decisions right now, you are helping to manifest a disappointing future for them. You are not helping them by being negative. That is of no use. It's of no use to you and it's of no use to them. Well, sometimes people say, well, that's being honest. That's not being honest. That's not being honest. I was raised, if you don't have something good to say, you don't say it. If it is not positive, if it is not putting positive energy in you, and I'm not an optimist. I'm definitely not a pessimist, but I'm not an optimist. I am a realist. I'm a realist. If a situation doesn't look like it's going to work out, I'm okay with that. But that doesn't define my future. It doesn't define me. It just means this situation in this time is not working out. Just like with your kids, this situation in this time is not working out. We are struggling, and that's okay because tomorrow we're going to be better. We're going to get through this moment. We're going to grow through this moment, and we're going to be better. Visualize. Be positive. Create your future today, in this moment, in the present. Create your future today, in this moment, in the present. You have two choices in this moment, and this moment is the only moment that exists. This present moment right now is the only moment that exists. I could fall over dead as a doornail in the very next moment. I could, because that next moment is not promised to me. This moment right now, right here, you and I are sharing this moment, this energy space, this love space that we're sharing right here is the only thing that exists. Everything else is a figment of our imagination. The past is a figment of our imagination. The future is a figment of our imagination. Nothing exists but right here in this present. What are you going to put in this present moment? Big Papa loves you. Talk to you tomorrow.